Let's go. Bing. We're going to start this one on Outcrop with Hera playing as the Shu. And yesterday really showed me some excellent play by Lix yesterday. By the way, I was thinking about those games. Lix played so freaking well in that set. It kind of showed me how good the Shu are as a complementary archer civilization. Normally, we'd see Hera go for something like Tatars here. Lierey's actually snapped that up instead. And we'll see how well he does with the extra little passive food income. You could play archers and you get a little bit of extra food. Your uptime should be better. Shu are looking good on that count. Now, DauT is playing as the Magyars. Pretty standard backup pick here for a scout player. And Hearttt is playing as the Khmer. This wood line could be annoying for them. You can see Hera and DauT, they can just wall on the sides and they can access each other's bases to help each other out. There's a big old freaking chunk of wood in between Liereyy and Hearttt, so they're going to have to figure out how to wall around that one. Maybe they could just wall each other, like their own bases separately. Like Hearttt could wall here, 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 here. Like a standard 1v1 outcrop, and then Liereyy can wall across the front, I suppose, but we'll see how it impacts the game. There is a lot of extra hurtables on this map. They're all on the outside here. You can see all these pigs. And that's what DauT is looking for. And that's what Liereyy should be looking for as well, because Lierey's playing Tatars. So you want as many of those as possible so you can get the maximum amount of food. Battle of the A's, exactly. Battle of the A's. Now this is nice from Hera, having that back gold there. If he gets pressured early, having this is fantastic. The last time we watched Outcrop, the archer player had a really forward gold, and it was absolutely brutal, right? Like Lierey's. Like, what is this gold even? He's got that gold and this gold, and he chooses to go for this one. And that's just horrible. So Lierey's going to have to protect himself here, probably with military numbers. Could go for a tower around here as well, but that feels terrible because it's nowhere near anything else in your base. And he's going to be going up at the same time as Hera. So it's 18 villager up, 17 villager up for DauT, and Hearttt is 17 as well, but I think Hearttt has no loom. Yeah, Hearttt has no loom. DauT did get loom. And DauT didn't push in any of his Ibex either. Interesting. He's got one, I suppose. So DauT's food production is not great for scouts, that's for sure. Let's see how he manages that. Liereyy forgot to click. Ooh, he forgot to click for a little bit. How much idle TC did he have? 18 seconds. Not great for a man with an exposed gold at the front, but 18 seconds isn't that long. You can see he's still going to have enough resources for the archery range right away. And I wonder if they go double range. I think Hera's going to go double range. You could go range blacksmith, but I think numbers are probably more important early. All right, so DauT's walling up a little bit. Hearttt has Khmer. Feels like he doesn't need to wall as much. Would love to see a house around here he could garrison in potentially, but if they come around this side, he's probably just going to quick wall, or he'll probably just get to wall up before that. Horse Collar comes in right away for Hearttt, so he can get the Khmer farms rolling, and the stable is up. The scouts are coming out. Stable, a little bit later for DauT because he went for loom early, but he's still going to get the scouts out soon, and Hera will go for double range. Liereyy will also go for double range, but look at this. Trouble on the gold from Liereyy. Oh, Liereyy. Ugh. That's horrible. That is really awful. He loses a villager already. Hearttt has to bring his scout back. Liereyy still has the spearman here. He walls in this scout, and he's got his scout over here. So they're going to try and block in Hera, who actually manages to get away. But still very, very annoying for Liereyy. Some idle time there. A villager lost early. And Hearttt and Liereyy, not off to the greatest start ever. I like the fact that Hera and DauT also just managed to get their weak scouts away. That's kind of sick. And Hera's going to complete the full wall here. And he's got the back gold, so he's not really that concerned. It's a great setup for GL. Yeah, like Hera saving, DauT saving the scout is kind of like a, well, whatever. Because he can make more. But Hera saving the scout is actually really important. He could even come over here and find all these extra pigs with that guy. I think he probably should. Like, he's keeping it now for protection, but if he tosses that even on auto scout and it just goes over on this side, plenty of extra food to find. Even over here, I think there's still some left over. Yep. Gold position deciding so much here. I mean, Lierey's locked it down. He's going to get the walls up. He still has Tatars, right? So very solid pick. But like I said before, the shoe should just manage to get up to castle age like 30 seconds, a minute earlier than another corresponding civ, just because of the food coming in from the wood. It's not much, but it's honest work. Eco, ahead for Hera. And get used to it when you're watching the shoe. Not T90, but like, you know, the civ, the shoe. Get used to it. They're more or less going to have the eco lead. Assuming that the efficiency is around the same. Very passive. Team walls coming up. Big wall offs on this side. And like I said, there's no wood line in between them. So they can just wall to each other. Hearttt and Liereyy are going to wall to each other on this side. But they can't over here. As Liereyy backs up. Once again, he gets his units set up in this line when he's running away. And I want to know how he does this. Like, they stack up just so well. There must be a trick to it. Maybe he's just spamming line command. I know a lot of pros do that. Hera kind of doing the same thing as well. No attack stance? No. Tatars on a hill. Gotta be careful. Won't really matter in the archer versus archer battle because generally you're killing an archer with a full volley, regardless of being on a hill. But against the scouts, it might matter a little bit. Armor coming in now for Hearttt. Bloodlines on the way for DauT. So DauT goes for bloodlines first. Armor should be coming in shortly. There it is. And he's already gotten forging too. So a big advantage in technologies for the scout player here for DauT. I think bloodlines is going to be slightly better than the armor. He also has forging, which Hearttt doesn't have. And then the armor is coming in now. So once they get that, these scouts are going to be supercharged. And we can compare the HP here. I mean, 405 versus 585. It's a huge difference. And that'll matter, assuming Hera is right behind him. They should fight right now with these upgrades. They're not going to, though. They're just going to back away. Resources. Looking pretty good for Hera and DauT here. Looking decent for Liereyy and Hearttt. Still no one's saving up for Castle Age just yet. But res collected. I mean, Hera again. The shoe. No armor for Liereyy either. Yeah, the armor does. I think it matter. The archer armor matters more for scouts attacking the archers probably than for the archer versus archer battles, because usually one volley is just killing everything, right? If you hit, it's just all about hitting. Double groups here for Liereyy. Great micro from Liereyy with the 2 groups. And he snipes another one. Yo, Lierey's going crazy. Lierey's picking off archers left and right from Hera. And sometimes it doesn't look pretty, but it's effective. As we see Hearttt now coming out here. He's got fully upgraded scouts. DauT has fully upgraded scouts. This is a crazy battle outside of this wall as both the archer players just try and dance. And the scout players are feeling a little useless, honestly. They're just dipping back and forth, trying to make the other team overcommit. It's 20 archers for Hera, 20 archers for Liereyy. 14 scouts for Hearttt with 2 stables producing versus 17 scouts with 2 stables also producing from DauT. So DauT has done a fantastic job here getting his eco set up. I don't know what Hera is doing over here, but he's signaling. Or DauT's signaling that. Meanwhile, a lot of extra pigs have been found there from Liereyy, which could be super useful with Tatars. Scouts are trying to come in from DauT. Scouts are trying to hold the line from Hearttt. Liereyy can keep retreating. Hearttt probably shouldn't be taking this fight here. DauT is losing a lot of scouts, though. Now they're within range of the TC as Hera tries to be useful and push in behind, but I'm not certain how many kills Hera actually got. Castle Age is now on the way for Hera. Liereyy is about to click up soon. And they can't get in here. Good house there from Liereyy. Wow, this is a crazy push from DauT and Hera. This is crazy aggressive. I don't know why Hera had a militia, but he did. That guy went in. And now they're going to have to get out. These archers from Liereyy have been cooking. The archers from Hera also have been getting some great damage. But right now, Liereyy is the one that's going to chase them away, and Lierey's on the way to Castle Age. If Liereyy can patch up this hole right here and buy himself some time to Castle Age, then he will have Thumb Ring instantly, and Thumb Ring could make a huge difference, although he's out of gold. Oh, what a time to be run out of gold. Right as Hera wants to push forward, and Hera has the Castle Age advantage. He's going to have Crossbow and Bodkin first, and you're going to have to take this forward gold. That is not a good feeling whatsoever. That is really bad. Shu can get Thumb Ring real quick as well. Yeah. KD. KD is 19 to 16 for Hera, 6 and 12 for DauT, 26 and 12 for Liereyy, and 2 and 13 for Hearttt. So Liereyy did most of the heavy lifting there. To be fair, it's really tough. I think it's tougher to be the scout player in this situation than the archer player, because all you're doing is posturing. You're never really taking a fight. As Hera manages to get crossbowmen, Bodkin, and Thumb Ring. So his archers are going to be even to Lierey's. Assuming Liereyy can afford Bodkin and crossbow, which right now it's looking a little bit tough. He goes for a tower here. That's a good tower. He had to buy this stone for that, which is why he doesn't have the res for crossbow and Bodkin. And that tower is going to push Hera and DauT away. So they're going to go onto the side, and DauT is signaling here. Let's go around that way. All right, so Liereyy has no gold, it feels like. He has Thumb Ring now for his archers. He still doesn't have the armor, which Hera does have. So Hera's archers are way better upgraded currently than Lierey's. And Lierey's now getting crossbow, and he's saving up for Bodkin arrow. Castle Age coming in, 10-second difference between Hearttt and DauT. Armor, husbandry, light cav immediately. And there's Bodkin arrow for Liereyy. University for Liereyy as well. Is Hera going for university? No. He is. Oh, he already did. Never mind. Hasn't clicked ballistics yet, though. Lierey's still a ways away from ballistics, to be fair. Lierey's eco is right at the limit. And Liereyy might think like, oh yeah, I want to take this fight. I've got Thumb Ring. He doesn't have Thumb Ring. No, he's got Thumb Ring. I think Liereyy will be realizing that soon with this attack rate. +2 armor coming in for DauT in 3 seconds. So he took the first little bit of this fight without the +2 armor, and it actually manages to lose all of his scouts. So that +2 armor and light cav upgrade coming in faster for Hearttt was a massive deal. And you can see Liereyy with 2 different sets of groupings here on his crossbow, and he's going to completely clean Hera. Wow, the timing window there was so small. The timing window was so small for Hearttt to take that fight, and they took it right before the key upgrades came in for DauT. Really, really sick from Hearttt and Liereyy. That was like 5 to 10 seconds of time that they needed to take that fight. That's super cool. All right, so Hera's got to mass up his crossbows again. Liereyy still has a huge mass. He's got 30 kills on those things. Let's look at the KD. 43 to 20, so really respectable there for Liereyy. Hera's still with a positive KD. And still trying to hold a little bit of presence here, just to delay a tad. University is in, but no ballistics. Hera does have ballistics. And it's time now for both teams to start shifting to the outside. So Hera going for a TC here. DauT going for a TC here. Hearttt going for a town center over here. And Liereyy just looking around, Doesn't have the stone for a town center because he bought that tower. Also, no ballistics kind of killing Liereyy here. He's got a prime position up on the hill with Tatars. But no ballistics is hurting him, and no knights here from DauT really is hurting them as well. As Hearttt is just hard committing towards the crossbows, and Liereyy is in now. And Hera is losing everything. Once again, Hera down to very low numbers of crossbows. Liereyy is playing this incredibly. I also really like the production from Hearttt. Like, DauT just can't keep up. DauT is constantly behind on Cav. And now Hearttt is coming in here, too. Got the Khmer farm eco set up. The food is absolutely flying in. And the production has been really solid. Oh, God. Great play from Hearttt to keep a knight over here, too. So he tracks all those villagers. And now he's like, okay, I gotta get there. I gotta get there. He's coming in with the knights, but good house wall there from Hera to try and save as many villagers as he can. Liereyy sniping the poor pigs. Also sniping farms from DauT. DauT is just making light cav now. Hearttt and Liereyy ahead on military big time. Ahead on eco big time. And DauT's going to lose even more villagers if he's not careful. Hera's going to lose even more crossbows if he's not careful. 18 knights right now for Hearttt. How many knights for DauT? 3. Damn. That timing on this fight was crazy. I think Hera and DauT still might have lost that, even if DauT got the upgrades there. But they would have killed far more units, I believe. They would have got a much better trade. Yeah, they can just kill Hera now, right? Like, Hearttt can just dive under this TC with the crossbows from Liereyy. Where's the army from DauT? It's coming in from behind. Obviously, you don't want to toss away your army when you feel like you're so far in the lead. But still, they have the potential of just wiping Hera completely. I love this from Hearttt. He's going to send 5 knights over here. Of course, there's a hole right into DauT's base, and these knights can just ignore this guy and get right into the farming, and then DauT's trying to kill them with TCs without even fletching on the TCs against +2 knights. Like, if you're Hearttt, just sit under here. Just kill the vills. Just kill the vills over here. It's fine, and even Lierey's coming over, so DauT's in some big trouble as Hera now pushes forward, but that's Tatars on a hill with Liereyy micro. Really going to be brutal. Meanwhile, DauT's still raiding back here. Good raid from DauT. Good raid from DauT over here as well to distract as much as he can, but he still has problems underneath the town center. And this army from Liereyy is still prowling around, although Hera noticed that. He actually signaled that. Hera and DauT now have taken the villager lead, so good expansion over here enables that. Faster TCs for Hera. And Hera's actually playing this quite well. As you see, Liereyy sniping the crossbows that aren't moving behind this and dancing in front. Beautiful micro there from Liereyy. Hera does have the +2 armor. Liereyy only has the +1 on his crossbows, and the game is paused. Good first game, honestly. Military count is starting to even out a little bit. Hearttt still with way more knights, but the crossbow numbers are even. And then the villager numbers, of course, we have 81 villagers for Hera, 67 for DauT, 66 and 73 respectively for Liereyy and Hearttt. Liereyy is always late to the archer armory because he doesn't need it. Yeah, that's basically it. Just don't get hit. And if you are going to get hit, it's going to be a massive volley and it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Knight in the woodline. Ooh, he does have one in here, doesn't he? Let's take a look at the eco KD. DauT has lost 14 villagers, but he's killed 11, so it actually was quite a big raid. Hearttt needs to restart PC. Have to save and restore. Okay, I saved. We can resign without seeing map. Same, quit. Okay, cool. All right, so they got to restore. Hearttt drop. Someone get Peru on the line. Does anyone remember that from the 24-hour stream with me and T90 and Ducks? Or no, it was me, T90 and Hearttt versus Ducks. That's right. Iconic game. It's been a while since he's done one of those co-op challenges. It's been a couple years at least. The best one was Slam. When Slam's challenge was to get up to Imperial Age. And we kept canceling it. We canceled it at like 99.9%. He was so excited. He's like, no! I think the best though was Christmas Tree. It was me, T90, and MBL, and my challenge was to make a full Christmas tree with Palisades. And they, at some point in the game, they stopped trying to win and only started trying to deny my Christmas trees. Not my favorite song, not gonna lie, for real shit. SMH my head. Nice. I like this song. All right. We wait for the restore. Looks like they're back in the game. I mean, I would favor Liereyy and Hearttt here just because of the military numbers. And once Hearttt finds that eco on the right, he can go raid it big time with knights. He should be looking for that actually right now. But like, Hera's got a really solid economy. And if they're fully focused on Hera, that gives DauT some time to expand. Is there a map you're particularly excited to see them play? Let's take a look at the map pool. Sumatra is always good. Regicide Fortress, so they could snipe kings. I haven't really seen Forest Pond. Stranded is always good. I don't know, probably Sumatra. The islands versus mainland thing is really interesting for a map. Very, very cool. Forest Pond is fun. Okay. I think 2v2s are just fun. As long as you don't have too many maps where it's just Archer Scout, right? Like Arabia is all Archer Scout. This Outcrop game is all Archer Scout. That's fine sometimes. It really shows the skill, right? But you want some variety at some point. Sling should be forbidden, though. I like Sling. I like Sling games. I think Sling games are very strategic, very entertaining. I don't know why people... I've never really despised Sling at all. I think it's a really interesting mechanic. And it's 50% tax, like... I don't know why people dislike it so much. It's 50% tax on Sling is basically forbidding it. I mean, we've seen Sling like 50% of games. Depends on the map, really, but brings more variety. I think Sling does bring a ton of variety. As long as you give a good tax rate, like 50% is a lot, right? It kind of punishes the slinger a little bit. I think it's really cool, honestly. And I'm always like, I always don't agree with the rules that say like sling isn't allowed until later. But I might be an outlier, right? I really do like sling games a lot. All right, so Hera's holding on. Hearttt is over here trying to help Liereyy push. I think Hearttt should be over here, though. I think Hearttt should have his knights over on this side, and then Liereyy can just defend. They're still trying to push Hera's base. And we do have 2 mangonels here from Liereyy. 3 mangonels, even. One thing about Liereyy, when he makes a siege workshop, he just keeps making siege. They see it all the time. Good snipes there on the villagers from Hera. And now Hera's still at 83 vills. Heartt's gotten up to 81. And Liereyy is taking down both of these ranges on the front side. Why do we have a trade cart? Lierey's got a trade cart. Find the markets. Find the markets. Ram coming out as well from Liereyy. Both of these ranges are going to go down. Hera's going to go for a defensive castle, which will stop the push if it goes up, and it probably will. As Liereyy lets a couple of his crossbows go forward here. 3 mangonels pushing in is quite a bit. With an elephant as well added in from Hearttt. Oh my god! Why is Hera stacking up like that? I wasn't even looking at this. I just assumed he wasn't going to lose those. And another crop shot from Liereyy, and Hera is taking shots, dude. Hera just got absolutely nuked by those 3 mangonels from Liereyy. Imperial Age now on the way from Liereyy. Where is the trade cart? It's over here. Meanwhile, over on this side, DauT getting some good raids once again. But Imperial Age is going to be dangerous. However, Liereyy is not on stone. He's not on stone here. So he's going to have to figure out a way to push without a castle for the time being. 7 ranges now from Liereyy. Elite Skirmisher is on the way for him. And the crossbows are coming around this side. 101 vills for Hera. 15 in the queue. We've got 93 from Hearttt. 72 from Liereyy. It's hard to see the villager count because we've got so many different types of unit here with the trade card as well. Wait, why does it keep moving? Why does the trade card keep going deeper into Heartt's base? And now the crossbows and the knights looping around this way. Does Hera see that? They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea this is here. They've just seen it now. And Hearttt getting a few raids over on this side. DauT really doesn't have anything to defend there, so if these knights come in there, it could be brutal. However, on the other side, Lierey's got a lot of quarantining going on here. 14 vills in the TC. Villager in there. 5 vills in here. Another villager in there. 2 vills in there. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Hera's got to be careful which TC goes up to imp in. It's going to be this one. Because this one is being fired on by 4 mangonels. The villagers are on the run. Heartt's knights are over here killing some vills. And it looks like he got a bunch from DauT over here. DauT is down to 80 villagers now. And he could get more over on this side if he sees it. He doesn't, barely. That villager comes over here. If that villager even moves an inch, they're all gonna die.
Questioning my life choices.
Nice snipes here from DauT. He takes out the mangonels from Liereyy. Liereyy is now an imp, though. Liereyy is now an imp, and the villagers have revealed the location of Hera's stone miners. So those stone miners are gonna die to the knights. DauT still raiding over here. Heartt's going to take care of this, and Hearttt is staying in the castle age. DauT is doing the same thing. DauT is now producing light cav only. Another TC here from Hera. Knights still coming in, still trying to kill vills. Hera's at 105. And Liereyy is pushing this way. But the Knights are here and the Light Cav are here from DauT. Still Bracer crossbows, skirmishers as well. And DauT's Knights are on stand ground, so Liereyy should be able to deal with those units coming in. Also, an absolute massacre over here. Hera's new wood line going down. Hera's down to 95 vills. How many vills has he lost this game? 30? 40 maybe? 50. Just since we've hit the restore, he's lost 50 villagers. DauT's lost 30. Great job here from Liereyy and Hearttt. They do manage to clear up those crossbows, but there's another range back here from Liereyy. And we still have Knights at the back here from Hearttt. And now they're pushing in this way because they know there's some stuff going on over here. Liereyy still doesn't have any stone. So how are we ever pushing this area is the question. How are you killing the buildings? Feels like Hearttt needs to get here with a castle, or Liereyy just needs to go to stone. Good raid from DauT over here. He's killing more villagers from Liereyy. Lierey's still only at 82 villagers. And Hera continues to expand over here. Like, Hera's got 1, 2, 3, 6 TCs in this area. 7th TC right here. Like, why on earth is Liereyy not having a castle yet? That's the question. You can't push. Nice job here from Liereyy to kill more villagers. Very annoying. Yeah, Hera's just replacing his villager count immediately with this amount of TCs. Also, once he gets Arbalest and gets the unique tech for the shoe, and gets the extra arrows, these things are very powerful. He could also add in a hero to help heal. Yeah, the shoe unique tech is expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Especially against, like, higher Pierce Armor units. It's expensive, but it's worth it, man. Lierey's still making crossbows over here. Castle over here. Now, they had, dude, they had the timing. They had the position. And now I think this game is switching more into DauT and Hera's favor. Like, Liereyy just did not follow up this push at all with anything. And now Liereyy is trying to take the stone over here, but Hera's there with the Arbalest. And Liereyy can't get this town center up. We will have the castle behind that he can fall back to, but still. They aren't able to push this side. They aren't able to push the middle. And now Liereyy is getting, I think, a little bit desperate, looking for some raiding potential back here. He is going to find it. That's going to be a good raid. If he can sit, like, right here, there's a lot of villagers to kill from Hera. Hera will just replace them immediately, though. 57 villagers lost. And he's at 131 right now. He can almost afford the unique tech. Liereyy is back over here once more with the archers. So 2 ranges at the back here. Still trying to be annoying. As Hera pushes in this way. Lierey's still only at 74 villagers. 75 now. Now Hera's sending resources to DauT. He's not going for the unique tech yet. He's just sending res to DauT, who is on the way to Imp. Let's see if Hearttt can make a big difference before DauT gets to Imp. He could weasel his way in here and find some really good kills on DauT's eco. Yeah, he's already got the final armor upgrade. He's got Cavalier. Oh, man, he's going to kill a lot if DauT doesn't notice this. He's going to kill this entire area if DauT doesn't notice. He's going to garrison some vills, but that'll be a lot of villager losses there for DauT. That could be bad. Also, good raid back here from Liereyy once more. Even with all of these raids, all of the villager losses they've taken, they still have the villager lead. Eco KD, 82 villagers lost from Hera, 57 lost from DauT. DauT's killed 43, Hera's killed 27. And Does Liereyy have a castle yet? He doesn't. He doesn't have a castle. Brutal, bro. Absolutely brutal. Good raids, though, from Hearttt. And the villager count is now even. DauT just lost a lot. And we look at DauT's res, and even with the res that Hera sent him, like, it just doesn't really seem like he has enough to get the upgrades he needs. He can barely afford Cavalier. He's got tons of wood, but his food eco has just been completely idled. Okay, Lierey's still advancing over on this side. Coinage now coming in for Hearttt. So maybe he wants to sling Liereyy. Hearttt, I mean, going Cavalier long-term is probably not the play here, right? It's not a great unit, especially when you're going to be up against Paladin eventually from Magyars. So he's going to have to figure out something else to do with the Khmer. Guess you could just go Hussar spam or something, but it doesn't feel great. More raids back here from Hearttt. Hera's at 150 vils. So Hera's going to try and hold over on this side. And he's going to send his resources over to DauT. He's getting coinage now. Some traction trebs coming out. Good quick walls there from Liereyy to prevent the Cavalier from coming in. And they are pushing this really, really cool looking Magyar castle over on the side. So they're trying to kick them off of the left side. If you can kick them off of one side and then hold a position on the other, generally a very, very good thing. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, though, because DauT will come over and snipe these trebs, although it's a great treb stack from Hearttt. If he can wall up around these, it's fantastic. I don't know if those Cavalier can get through this side. They can! Oh, that feels so bad. There was a hole there. Oh, no, dude. That sucks. He had such a good setup. And he lost the trebs. Great job from DauT to come in there and snipe those. Hera is still sending to DauT, and he just sent enough res to get Paladin. He just sent enough res to get Paladin. And it would not surprise me if DauT had Paladin in the queue somewhere. Where? I don't know. Maybe not. Nope. Damn, dude. I don't want... Oh, elephants on the way from Hearttt. Okay, so that's his answer to the Cavalier not being good for very long problem. As Hera continues to send res to DauT. And DauT surely has enough for Paladin now. 3, 2, 1. Bop. He's not making Paladin. He's not going for Paladin. He's just queuing more Cavalier. Horse Collar comes in from Hera. Great technology. There it is. Paladin on the way in now from DauT. Elite Battle Elephant is about to complete. We've already got 12 of them from Hearttt. I think against Elite Battle Elephant, the extra fire, the extra arrow is actually going to be super effective. I think Hera should definitely get that. Also against the skirms, it should be good too. Should be good against everything. And DauT's got enough res, and he's already got Paladin on the way, so doesn't really need any more. Great setup again from Hearttt. This time he's making no mistakes. He's got 2 gates here. But the Paladin, soon-to-be Paladin, are working away on the gate, and the gate goes down, and once again, Hearttt is mauling. The Cavalier are in. The Trebs will die, and this castle will remain alive. And there's the unique tech. Bolt Magazine. Coming in for Hera's Arbalest. They will get extra arrows to fire. Traction Treb still going crazy over here. They just ignore it because it's a traction Treb. Who cares? And there's the extra arrows. And you can see even when Even when they're missing, the odd shots are doing damage. It's not as impressive as I thought. But it is only 8 Arbalists. Why Liereyy stays so low on vills the entire time? Well, he is getting raided, but still, that is a good question. And why he still doesn't have a castle is also a fantastic question. Ever since getting to Imperial Age, Liereyy has just been extremely underwhelming here. He calls it GG. Great comeback there from Hera and DauT, but I'm just, like, Liereyy needs to go to stone. He needs to go to stone, and he needs to get a castle up. If he doesn't get a castle up, you're never pushing Hera here. If you can't push Hera here, you have to come all the way over here. Just buys him so much time, and Hera did a fantastic job of rat moding his way back in after losing so many villagers. T90 talked about a bug affecting units with multiple projectiles. Those ones look like they were missing their shots. So I'll have to take a look at that again. They weren't missing against the elephants because it's got a big hitbox, but when they were firing against the skirmishers, kind of looked like they were missing a lot of their shots. Like that weren't the extra arrow. So maybe there is a bug there. Against units with bigger hitboxes, though, it should be fine. All right, so the stats don't really tell us because we restored halfway through, but still. Great job there from DauT and Hera. That's definitely a Hera carry right there, though. DauT was in a pretty bad spot. Okay, so 1-0 for GL. Yo, Habash, thank you for the 10 gifted. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much. Huge. Let's go, Habash. This one's for you. Thank you, Habash. Appreciate it. In the latest recent GL quiz, were you wearing a GL jersey? Yeah, they sent me, GL sent me a bunch of their merch a while back. Their hoodie is super comfortable, by the way. One of my, like, it's my favorite hoodie that I currently own. So if you're interested in any GL merch, I would advise getting the hoodie. It's real nice. I also got a GL jersey, standard one with my name on it, and then I got the Red Bull Wallow one, the El Renato one with my name on it, and a t-shirt as well. How much did they pay you? They didn't pay me anything. They just sent it to me. So that's what I was wearing. What about GL panties? Don't have any of those.
Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity tax break just for hanging out with
Yo, Meaty, thank you for the 13 months, man. Welcome back.
Stay vow dance.
A hoodie, brother, it's 8 million degrees. I mean, true, but it's not going to be 8 million degrees forever. Were you already able to forgive T90 for the composite cross? I mean, I knew it was composite Bowman. He said Berserk. I knew it wasn't Berserk, but like you said in the quiz show, I win either way. Because I can hold that over him for a long time. I knew it wasn't Berserk. Oh, thank you. Icon was wrong there. Do you find hosting community games tedious? Oh, incredibly tedious, yeah. The problem with the community games is that, like, it's very tedious to get them set up, and even once you get them set up, it's going to be a long game, and then I don't have great viewership for it. So it's just like it's really not worth the effort. Still great to grow the community? I don't think so. I don't know. Because I don't enjoy them as much as T90 does, right? And his enjoyment comes across when he casts them. Mine, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's always the same people, right? So, like, they're here anyway. I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right. So we've got Forest Pond, Liereyy and Hearttt, Dravidians and Georgians versus Italians and Malians. Does Dave resent his viewers? No, I just don't enjoy casting community games as much. I'm surprised not Malay. I don't know what the meta is on this map. We see a dock already. There's plenty of fish here. I'm assuming the water is going to be an important part of this. But I don't know if you want both of your players going water. Probably only want one going water. But if the other team goes 2 on water, then you lose water and they get fish. That's huge. I have no idea. No idea. I would prefer Italians and Malians here versus Dravidians and Georgians, I think. Do we ever see landings here? Bro, I haven't watched this map in, like, years. That is an interesting dock position there from DauT. So DauT has gone super forward with his dock, and Liereyy hasn't even docked yet. Is Liereyy going to dock at all? Okay, he's sending the villager out here. He's got so many on food. He has 10 on food currently. So Liereyy might just try and get up super quick without fishing ships and go for the navy super, super fast. You can see he continues to push the deer in, just now going for that dock. DauT is going for a fishing ship already. And Hera has gone for a forward dock too. So this is the strat from Hera and DauT. They send their villagers super far forward. They get the dock up, and they're going to go maybe fire galleys, both of them, instead of the galley approach, which Liereyy will probably go for. And if your dock is this close, going fire galleys is going to be pretty deadly. Feudal Age already on the way from Hearttt. He did get Loom, as Loom comes in for both Hera and DauT. And Liereyy... I mean, Liereyy had so much on food early, and he clicks up later, and he has the fishing ship later? This is just weird. I don't know what this build is from Liereyy. It's just weird. Why Dark Age Loom on a map with walls? Probably just to give themselves time for the food to come in. You kind of want to idle your TC without investing food, but you don't want to actually idle it, so you get Loom. If you were to queue a villager instead, that would be minus 50 food, which would take you further away from Feudal Age, right? Okay, Capitan, you're getting weird, dude. Way too comfy here. Liereyy comes forward and sees the dock now from DauT. So Liereyy will get extra wood when he gets to Feudal Age. He's going to go for another dock here. And he still hasn't gone out to gold. Like, I gotta stop focusing on Liereyy. This is such a weird build. Now we have 4 villagers coming forward from Hera. So Hera has gone for the front dock here. He sneaks in a fire galley, and he goes for the tower rush over on this side. So now Heartt's gonna have to deal with this. Fortunately for Heartt, he can wall this off quite easily, but his stone is here. So if he wants to defend with towers, he's only gonna have enough stone for 1. We'll have to get that up in a good spot. Liereyy now getting to the feudal age. Wood upgrade on the way. 2 fire galleys for him. He does have villagers on gold now, and he's going for the barracks. So fire galleys for Liereyy are probably in response to this incredibly forward dock from DauT. And fire galleys from Heartt are already out here chasing away the fish from Hera. So it looks like Liereyy and Heartt should win the water at this rate. Because Lierey's going to have an advantage, 2 docks to 1 over here, and Heartt is going to have a 3 dock to 1 advantage over on this side. As DauT comes forward with the villagers a little bit later than Hera in general. And he's going to go for the range, and probably a tower follow-up. Yo, Mishuggle, thank you for the 5 months, man. Welcome back. Cool strat from DauT and Hera. 1 dock forward to convince their opponent that they're going to be investing heavily on aggressive water play. Aggressive water play, that's... okay. Don't look that up. And then the forward is pretty cool. Don't look that one up, guys. Don't Google that. Now, here's the tower from Heartt. It's a very aggressive tower from Hera, and I like this counter tower from Heartt because it secures the stone once this one goes down, and he can make more now. Assuming this one does go down. I mean, Hera's got archers coming out here. Great house delete there from Heartt. And he's going to be able to attack this tower with villagers, and Hera can't sit within range of those vills without getting targeted by this tower behind. So he's going to end up micring around here. He's trying to hit these villagers down without getting hit by the tower. Does take a few hits, though, and this tower from Hera is going to die. Meanwhile, in the water, Liereyy still has his fish, Heartt still has his fish, and DauT and Hera are losing their docks. Man, DauT is just like... DauT did the same thing as Hera, but he's like 2 minutes behind. I don't know why. It's just so much faster for Hera than it was for DauT. He's just now getting in. Don't judge. I'm not judging. It's still working, right? Liereyy does have the stone back here, though, so Liereyy can defend against this perfectly fine. Now Heartt is going for another tower. He's long distance taking the stone. As he tries to defend here, this is going to be a tough tower to get up. It's at 30% right now, and the archers are still here from Hera. Fortunately for Heartt, Hera does not have fletching. Otherwise, a lot of these villagers would be dead. And I think this tower will complete, although this is just a pain. This is such a pain here. He's constantly, like, replacing the weak villagers with high HP vills to try and get this thing up. And the villagers are working away on this house. Like, this house is about to go down, dude. They can't really get in because of the TC firing away. And Hera's going to have to leave. And that tower will go up. And Heartt somehow only loses 1 villager on that. That is ridiculous. The fact he only lost 1 vill there. Meanwhile, over here, Liereyy clearing up the tower and the archers from DauT. Now, DauT will escape with a few villagers. But at the moment, the resources for Liereyy and Heartt looking so much better. Losing water is just brutal, right? 8 fishing ships for Liereyy, 2 more on the way. 9 fishing ships for Heartt. And a transport ship for Liereyy. So Liereyy is going to bring his archers potentially over to DauT or Hera's base. Could be an issue, for sure. Another tower here from Hera, and it's going to be a double tower defense from Heartt. Securing that stone was so important. Eco KD. Hera's killed 1, DauT's killed 1. And I think those are fishing ships. Hera killed the one villager. Damn, dude. Heartt's resources are ridiculous right now. Ridiculous. If he could get fletching, that would be big. Then this tower would be able to attack as well. I think he thinks this tower is attacking. It's not. And oh, here comes his teammate. W teammate. Let's go. We've got the skirmishers coming in. And Hera is trying to snipe those villas, but that tower is going to go down, and these archers should go down. And that's a good wall there from Heartt. Oh, man. Where are those archers going to go? Nowhere. Damn, dude. This did not work out for GL. This strategy is not looking impressive, but DauT is somehow... Did DauT use the market? Yeah. DauT used his old trusty friend, the market, and he manages to get up to Castle Age somehow. Hera's trying to as well. That is stunning, that Castle Age time from DauT, considering he had no fish. He's also on stone, so DauT is thinking about a forward castle against Liereyy. Hera is on stone as well, so he's thinking about a forward castle maybe against Heartt, or maybe just more towers. We'll probably need to cancel that one. Forward castle on both of them would make this a little crazy. Are Viper and Tato not competing in this tournament? They lost against MBL and Sorikuma. They got smacked. Okay, well, I don't know if they got smacked. Transport? Yep. Just to transport one villager over here to make another dock? Huge! Liereyy, efficiency? Let's go, dude. Should transport a siege workshop right on his face here. Huge efficiency from Liereyy there. I like the fact the skirmishers from Liereyy are still over here, defending against Hera's archers. Alright, so Heartt is in Castle Age now. DauT is in Castle Age, and DauT is going to go for a forward castle here. And we have a lot of archers in there from Liereyy. Is this going to be a DauT castle? That's the question. There's a lot of archers, and DauT's like, fuck! DauT's like, come on, skirmishers! Come on, man! Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. This castle ain't going up, Chief. It's going to be close. Well, there's a knight here. Maybe it does. 72. 74. No, it's not. Surely not. He's clicking with all of his might, and that is an 80% castle. DauT needs to send more villagers to get that thing up. Hera also going for a castle over here, under a tower. And the Mangonel is out as well. So, I don't know if this thing is going up either, because Bodcanero is coming in. We might have a double DauT castle. We might have a double DauT castle from Team GL. Oh, God. Oh, my God, dude. Hera learns from the best, I suppose. We have 80% on that one. 64% on this one. And a double DauT castle to end this game. Heartt and Liereyy. Then just played maybe more standard than DauT and Hera. I mean, neither of the forwards worked, right? The forward dogs didn't really end up in any fishing ship kills. And the forward castles didn't go up either. Oh, man. They did exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Hera was faster with the initial push, but of course DauT was the first one to fail his castle, as is tradition. The chemistry was unparalleled, to be honest. Look at the KD. 0.1 KD for Hera, 0.39 KD for DauT. Oof. The Liereyy build somehow worked. I guess it did, dude. I guess it did. I thought he was going for galleys. That's why I was very confused. He went double dock fire galley. And they almost fished all of the fish in the sea here. As they won that so convincingly. Okay. So 1-1. Great way to end that game. And we have a win on Forest Ponds. Goldie, thank you for the 31 months, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we have a win for Dravidians and a win for the Georgians. I wonder why, like, Georgians. I guess they are faster to get to the dock. But it seems like they'd be better on other maps. Loss for Italians, loss for Malians. That was entertaining, man. That was great. I'm sure Hera and DauT were laughing during that one. What were the team comms like when they both failed their castle? Their eco is insane for hybrid maps? Yeah. Yeah, having the mule cart right away is insane. This guy was playing live in my city, but it was the same time as the Garrison event. I was sad I couldn't see him. Very talented musician. All right, so we set up for the next game. It's going to be Fortress, and this is Regicide Fortress, so we could see King Snipes. Lazy Bulldozer, thank you for the tier 2, sneaky tier 2.
Up in cottage country, Teresa storm rolling in. Still a TV, watch a fridge.
Nice. Dude, I always wish I had a cottage. We never had a cottage when I was a kid. And I never really, actually, I know a couple people with cottages. I do go up to my friend's cottage occasionally, but nothing like sitting in the cottage on a rainy day. What is a cottage? It's like a place that you go up to in the summertime up north or somewhere more remote, usually on a lake or like a river or something. You can go boating or you can fish or you can just hang out. What's the name of the song? It's Mario Takes a Walk by Jesse Cook. Jesse Cook is just phenomenal artist. So good, dude. If you like this type of music, I implore you to check him out. Have I been to SA before? South America? No. All right. So Turks Cumans versus Celts Burgundians on Fortress. Celts. Celts is good. Live in a concert, he had a crowd of 70-year-olds dancing for half the show. Hey, dude, if you get the 70-year-olds to jam, screw it. M41, thank you for the 7 months, dude. All right, let's get in. Let's jam into that, but let's get in. Hearttt and Liereyy going for Celts here for Liereyy. Really cool castle, by the way. One of the coolest castles in the game for the Celts. And he's going to bring in the boar with his scout. They all have a queen or a king. Looks like they've all got a queen. Hearttt is playing as the Burgundians, and their castle hasn't changed, but it's still a pretty cool one. It's still decent, for sure. Then over here we have Hera playing as the Turks. This castle, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of cool, but it's like in the lower tier of castles for me. And then we have DauT playing as the Cumans, and this one's in one of the higher tiers. This one looks so cool. I just gotta say, man, the castle reskins, in general, they did such a good job with that. Such a good job with the castle reskins. They look so, so cool. The hut on top looks cozy. It does, dude. Except for Inca. Yeah, the Inca castle is a little bit moldy. Mossy. I think moldy. Yeah, it's just moldy. Also, the Frank castle looks fake. Frank castle is low tier as well. All right, so it is regicide start. So they start with a little bit more food, and that's why everyone has so much food in the bank right now. They're going to bring in all the boars with their scouts, and then they're going to garrison the scouts for more HP, and they're going to explore with their queens. If they lose their queen, they're dead. So they have to be careful with those. Celts and Burgundians, I mean, they will probably play for the relics early. I wonder how Lierey's going to help out with the Celts in that relic war, because Hearttt is going to want as many of those as possible. And there's actually one for free, and then two kind of nearby as well. And there's 3 over here as well. So DauT gets one for free. Hera should get one for free at the same time. Feudal Age on the way first for DauT with the Cumans, and DauT is going to go for that second TC. So really fast feudal time for DauT. Second TC, Cuman booming. Hera, kind of a question mark, right? He probably should play into Light Cav to stop the relics coming in from the Burgundians. And the question is whether he booms behind that or whether he makes Janissaries as well. You generally don't want to make Janissaries against a player who's probably going to be producing monks, because they will get sniped and converted and probably miss all their shots. But maybe he wants to go that route. I don't know. I will be right back, chat. I have to turn off my AC before I freeze to death. You're back. Sounds like someone could use an authentic Gamer Legion hoodie. It's right here. I can put it on. It's a comfy hoodie, man. It's real nice. All right, Feudal Age coming in for Hearttt and Liereyy, and still no Feudal Age for Hera. Is Hera playing a fast imp? He's got 2 more villagers in the queue. We could also see, like, some sort of sling, potentially. I think it's a fast imp, though. Look at how much food he has. 25 vills on a regicide start is, like, insane. Insanely slow if you're just going fast castle. Let's see how this one pans out. Should be Castle Age coming in shortly for Liereyy and Hearttt. And let's take a look at what they can see. Pretty good exploration, right? They found a bunch of the relics. They're looking for the extra resources. They found most of them. Corner check. All the corners are boring. Oh, come on, dude. It's so close, and this is a Feudal Age scout. Oh, come on, dude. It's so close. We just want to see Hera absolutely panic here with the queen. The scout is coming over from Hearttt. The queen is still here from Hera. And Hearttt is going to go after the scout instead. And that's probably good because that is going to be a light cav soon. And that's still a Dark Age Scout as well. So Hearttt is going to get a lot of damage against that. Bunch of hits. Hera realizing his queen is a little bit too exposed. He's going to get back to his castle. And he's getting double bit-axe. He's getting the gold mining upgrade. And he is going for a fast Imperial play, I believe. So much food in the bank. 5 on gold now. And this should be fast imp. And if you're the other team looking at this, you see that uptime and you suspect immediately that it's fast imp. Like, I don't know why Lierey's signaling this, but oh, for a team wall. That makes sense. Nice team wall there. But you're thinking 100% fast imp. That's just way too slow getting up to feudal age. DauT sling? DauT could sling as well, yep. DauT could stay in feudal age with a boom and then sling Hera with the fast Imperial Age approach. And on the other side, we're going to have Liereyy going for extra TCs and Hearttt presumably slinging as well. I guess Hearttt can get coinage 1 age earlier. Can he? I know he can get guilds in Castle Age. Can he get coinage in feudal age? Is that a thing? Probably not. Probably doesn't count as an eco upgrade. He can get more eco upgrades, though. 1 age earlier. So he can get, like, handcart in feudal age, and he's going to sling the Celts player, and then DauT's going to sling the Turks player. So we're going to have Turks against Celts. Turks against Celts. Who you got? You can't? We checked it. What's up, Spaden? How's it going, dude? Semi-legendary Swedish player in the chat, guys. Semi-legendary. I'm not going to give him legendary. I'm going to give him semi-legendary. That's the best I can do. Imperial Age immediately coming in from Hera. He doesn't need to build the Castle Age buildings because he has the castle. So he just clicks up right away. Lierey's going to be there soon as well. He's already got the gold supply. He's just waiting for the food. DauT is sending more food to Hera. And, ooh, nice quick wall there from Hearttt to save that villager. He's already tapped all of these walls. So, Hera and DauT still can't get in here, but he'd like to finish them ideally. Nice job from Hearttt to save that. Liereyy is still lacking the food to click up. 40 villagers for him, 27 villagers for Hera. And, I mean, without Castle Age, no one's collecting these relics. So, Hearttt can't get those relics in with the Burgundians, unfortunately. And his sling should be considerably worse than DauT's because DauT has 2 TCs producing vills. And DauT's actually on the way to Castle Age. Liereyy still is not clicked up to Imp. Hera's a minute away. Liereyy now sending the scout back. He's going to try and get the light cap from Hera, and Hera's actually going to make his way through this wall. As Hearttt sends more resources to Liereyy. Liereyy still has not clicked up to Imp. It's got so much gold. Just buy a couple hundred food, bro. Does Liereyy not have a market? He's got a market. I don't know. Hearttt desperately trying to save this Ville. Oh, 1 step at a time. No, he lost her. He lost her, dude. Oh, no. Imperial Age now on the way for Liereyy. Woad Raiders are coming out. The question remains, like, what is Liereyy going to do? Is he just going to keep making Woads? Woads are actually a lot stronger than people think. And they produce really quickly. So if he has enough, he could probably actually kill this entire Janissary and Bomber Cannon army. He's also gearing up for a second castle. But long-term, Woads probably aren't the play you want to go for. DauT still no coinage. Yeah, that does hurt. That does hurt for sure. I mean, the eco for Liereyy is much better than Hera's, but the sling for DauT should be much better than Heartt's. If you're Heartt, you almost want to mix in like handcart now. You can. More woads coming out from Liereyy. Another castle from Liereyy as well. Does he even, like, do you just let Heartt die and go for DauT? That's the question. It's almost real tempting. But DauT's going to have some knights now. So DauT's actually going to make some military of his own. He's getting the castle age upgrades. Hera's snagging the relics. He's already got one. As Heartt comes over here to investigate. Dave is Shane from The Walking Dead. What? No. I'm not Shane. You're Shane, dude. Feudal Age handcart. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Feudal Age handcart coming in for Heartt. And the woads are out. And DauT will see the woads. So the woads are coming this way. That's a lot of Janissaries. He does not have enough woads to kill that yet. And he's going for petards, so I think he actually wants to get in here. Into DauT's base. Maybe into Hera's base. 11 attack on these Woad Raiders. They've just got so many buffs over time. The non-elite version is now actually quite good. And we have the Woads coming in. Hera is going to lose this monk. He's going to lose this one too, but he might get a conversion before it goes down. He does. Cool. Knights now coming over from DauT to support. Hera's still with 21 Janissaries, and Heartt will lose his castle. So he bought more stone, but he loses the castle. As Elite Woad Raider now comes in. They look, I don't know, man. I like the other Woad Raider better than this guy with the helmet. I mean, he still looks kind of cool, but I like the original one better than this. They look dumb. Yeah. They look dumb. Walls being deleted from Heartt. Bombard cannons are very exposed here. These are elite Woad Raiders. Let's see what they can do. That's a lot of Janissaries there from Hera. It's all about how much damage he can do to these units before they engage. And also the Knights are here from DauT. It's really, really, really tough to take this fight if you're Liereyy. He's got to wait for more. He's going to try and take it now. Got to focus on the Janissaries, not the Knights. Janissaries and Bombard cannons. Heartt now losing his town center. And Heartt losing some more villagers. Heartt's king is under attack over here. The game just does not want to stop telling us that. We understand, game. We get it. We understand. He's under attack. Everyone panic. Finally, he's not. But Hera can see that. Oh, Heartt's losing his king. 100%. Queen, sorry. He's trying to protect her. Hera trying to go after her. He's trying to body block with the villagers. Knights are attacking the queen. The queen is quick. She's speedy. She's fast. The knights are coming in. Can Heartt get her to safety? As DauT blocks with the knight, and Heartt is going to be defeated. And now it's up to Liereyy. Liereyy needs to do something. He's got petards over here. Maybe he could find Hera's king and snipe it. It's back here. Maybe he could find DauT's king and snipe it. It's in the castle. I should be saying queen. Just rare for us to see queens instead of kings, you know? Petards, will they hit the walls? They do. So he's in. But Hera realizes. And Liereyy will see that there's no flag on this castle. So if Liereyy is thinking about king snipes, if he gets in here, we could see Hera lose the queen, potentially. Liereyy is going in. Hera's queen garrisons in the town center and now goes back towards the castle. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Unfortunate situation. I mean, Liereyy is playing on 1v2, and this is not a sudden death tournament. So it's a legitimate 1v2. His eco is still looking strong. 93 villagers, got 34 elite woad raiders, and Hera's eco is basically not there, right? So if Hera loses this army, he doesn't really have much. It would then be Liereyy versus DauT, who is in Castle Age. And let's see. I think Liereyy can clear this. I think Liereyy can clear this fine. If he takes out the Janissaries first. The bomber cannons are not much of a threat. You don't need to take those out. You just got to focus on the Janissaries first. And he's going to clear the Janissaries. Unless DauT can get some more knights over here. Yeah, Janissaries are going down to the woads. And then he takes care of the bombard cannons, and Hera doesn't have an army suddenly. And DauT is on the way to him. If Liereyy wins this 1v2, that would be sick. That would be really, really sick. I don't think it's very possible. But there's a slight chance. It's not probable, but it is possible. Okay, villagers going down. Woads against knights. They're actually performing decently. Once they're cavalier with the upgrades, not going to be that great. Last furnace will be a big upgrade for these woads too. As we see a potential DauT castle here. More villagers coming forward from DauT. Lierey's woad number at 16 currently. It's not possible, it's necessary. Two separate people saying that. Nice. Yeah, Imp is brutal. Imp is really brutal for Liereyy. And the woad number just simply isn't there, right? 52 on food and somehow doesn't have enough food to spam woads. Imperial Age is now in for DauT. As Liereyy makes his way over here, he's still looking for the queen from Hera. It's in the castle, though. It's also 5 relics over here. So Hera only has 35 vills, but 5 relics is really nice. And Hera... Hera's like, I have a villager problem. I have a villager deficit. We need more vills. So he's got basically another TC working over here as he slowly converts the woodline from Hearttt and brings him back to his base. That's sick. Liereyy is bringing the petards over on this side now. So Liereyy is going to try and get into DauT's base. DauT still has a lot of knights, though, and that amount of woads can't beat that amount of knights. That's for sure. Woad's coming over here, though. Maybe he could find his way in, potentially. There is a gap in the woodline. DauT's going to wall that off. And Cavalier upgrade comes in for DauT. That makes the fights against the woads so much better. Liereyy still didn't have that final armor upgrade. He's just getting it now. Oh, boy. And yeah, I think it's about time for Liereyy to try something absolutely drastic. 31 woads is a lot. If you get like 60 and try and go after the castles or something, I don't know, maybe. Maybe. I don't know if it is good for Hera to try and sling DauT here to Paladin. Or if Hera's thought process is just like, get back in the game. He's got 2 conversions. He could convert again. He could steal another vill. That's going to be a win. That's going to be a good fight there for Liereyy. The woads are very powerful now. And Hera just hopping in and outside of the castle is very annoying. With that castle along with the Janissaries, that is not a fight that Liereyy can win. As Liereyy comes in here, He's going to see that the castle has a flag on it. It is likely the queen, and he's going to attack it. So DauT has to be slightly careful if he doesn't have the cavalier over here. Liereyy could maybe weaken to the castle to the point where the queen pops out, but it's actually paladin on the way for DauT, and it's looking more and more improbable. Here for Liereyy. But he fights on. He fights on. 69 on food now for Liereyy. Full woad spam. Join me. Join me, my brothers and sisters, on the converted forward TC. That castle's going down. Nice job from Liereyy. Woads, man, but Paladin is in. Paladin is now in. 180 HP. 18 attack. The Woads have 19. Wait, they buffed the elite version to 15 attack. Oh my god. Woads have 19 damage? Oh my god. Sheesh. This unit is underrated, dude. This thing is crazy. Still not a paladin. Another villager joins the effort. He's converted 5 vills on this wood line. He's got 4 TCs plus a 5th town center here. And a 6th one. This is basically a TC over here. Can Hearttt tell Liereyy that Hera is stealing vills? If you're defeated, you can't sit there. At least as far as I understand, the rules are you can't give them information on what you see. It's very rare instance, but very, very rare that that happens. But I think those are generally the rules that everyone understands. Can you shift-click conversions? You can. It's not good, but you can. I don't know with a single monk, though. I know with a group of monks you can. I don't know if you can with a single monk. Elite Janissary now on the way for Hera. 116 vills for him. Liereyy still plays on. It's crazy. And he's building up for a petard attack over here, but the queen is in the castle. GG, yeah. 227 woads created. Nice attempt by Liereyy, but the sling was just... it worked out better for Hera and DauT. Because Hearttt was sitting in Feudal Age with 1 TC, and DauT managed to get up to Castle Age and support Hera a little bit. If DauT wasn't there with the Knights, I think Liereyy could have cleared Hera's army before it killed the TC from Hearttt. Still, Hearttt probably should have gotten the Queen away a little bit sooner as well. Would that have made a difference? I don't know. He didn't really have much left at all. Still a good game, though. Good game from GL. Good strategy. And a sling into woads is just not something you see every day. Why didn't Liereyy click up like 3 minutes earlier? Well, if he's going woads, I don't think clicking up 3 minutes earlier really helps that much. Because he was still bottlenecked on production. Right? The Imperial Age doesn't really give you anything if you're going Woad Raiders. The elite upgrade for Woad Raider is not as important as it used to be. Like, it used to go from 8 attack to 13 attack. So that was a huge upgrade, right? That was incredibly important. Now it goes from 11 to 15. It's still a big boost. But 11 is very usable. It's a serviceable attack. Elite Woe gives +4 attack, though. Yeah, but like, it used to... 8 was just useless back in the day, right? 13 was great. And 11 is usable. What else were they playing? Burgundians loss. And then a win for the Turks and a win for the Cumans. Fortress is a win for GL, and we wait for the next map, which should be theoretically a home map from Liereyy and Hearttt. So Stranded or Sumatra. They'll probably go Sumatra. They haven't picked the map yet. I don't know. Golden Lakes is Persian Mirror, probably. Yeah. I also wonder, I guess Valley of Kings is Mongols pick? No. Oh, maybe. Maybe Mongols on Sumatra? Or Arabia? Probably not Arabia. Still don't know the map. Thanks for the follows, guys. Thanks for being here today. We've got 2 best of 7s today, and honestly, this tournament, all of the sets I've watched have been really good. Really, really good. I'm very impressed. Big shout out to T West and Co. If you're not already following T West, I would encourage you to do that. It's been very entertaining. And on the Silver League side, T90 and Dark have actually made it all the way to the finals, and they're going to be fighting up against Say My Name and Hope. They already beat Monos and FedEx, and they beat Wide and Rapard, and they also beat Kingston and Miguel. So T90 and Dark are on the warpath right now. It's going to be Stranded for Hearttt and Liereyy. Yeah, T90 was pumped, dude. Tristan was pumped when they beat Miguel and Kingston. I was up fishing, but I got like 4 messages in a row from him as soon as the Wi-Fi kicked in. And he's like, dude, we just beat Miguel and Kingston, bro. He was excited. Very fair to be pumped about that. Very fair, yeah. Yeah. Very cool. It's mostly T90 talking nonstop and Dark saying few words in between. Yeah, that's the T90 team game experience. He's gotten way better at it. He used to be, dude, me and Bullet still make fun of him for it. He used to be so bad. When he was like a 1600 or whatever, he used to narrate everything he was doing. He's like, I'm 15 pop. I'm sending another villager to the wood line. I'm bringing my scout out, and I'm looking around the map, and Bullet and I are just like, dude, shut up. We don't care. Tell me when you're dead. All right, 140 left on the spec countdown. We have Mongols for Hera, Romans for DauT, and Chinese Berbers for Hearttt and Liereyy. I think Chinese Berbers are definitely the better civs here. But Mongols, Romans could cook. When is the silver final game? Tomorrow. I think it should be before the grand finals. It's set for 11 tomorrow. And then Gold League is set for 13. So 2-hour difference. Oof. I guess it's only a best of 5 though. The Gold League is a best of 9. You should cast it? Yeah, I'm going to try. I'll cast the one at 11 and then the one at 1 o'clock, I guess. Or Silver League and then Gold League. Is the podcast still going with Bullet Chin? No, that stopped like 4 years ago. Stopped a long time ago. Lix and Yo are champions of the 2v2, right? Nope. Last time it was Jordan and Viper that won this tournament. Although I don't think Lix and Yo actually played. I think it was Yo and Vivi that played together. I meant the World Cup. I mean, sure, but that was a long, long time ago. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. All right. So we have Stranded, and we've got GL playing as Mongols and Romans, Hera and DauT. And then we have Hearttt and Liereyy playing as Berbers and Chinese. And the first thing I noticed is that they're very far away from each other. Remember the last Stranded game that Hearttt and Liereyy played? They team-walled. Imagine team-walling this. What on earth? It's like 2 separate 1v1s. This is very interesting generation on this guy. This map is very hit or miss. What do you mean? This map is always great. I've never seen a bad Stranded game. I love this map. Almost feels like team positions weren't on. Maybe. I mean, it's cool. I like it. It's gonna be hard to help your ally, that's for sure. The fishing ecos are very far away, too. So if only one person goes water, it's really hard to defend your ally's fish. Are there junks? Nope. No junk on this version. No junk here. So Hearttt playing as Berbers is probably going to go water primarily. His ships will be faster. Also, his villagers will be a little bit faster, which will help with the elephants coming in. Liereyy playing as the Chinese will have a very nice eco early, and that is a great town center. My man won't need to make a lumber camp around here for a very long time. He will need to make one eventually for the wood upgrade, but that's a great setup there. And his eco should look phenomenal. Hera, playing as the Mongols, will be up quite quickly, most likely, and he's going to get as many elephants and rhinos in as he possibly can. Take advantage of that hunt bonus. There's also a deer patch over here that he could take, and Hera, what the fuck? What on earth are we doing? What was that? He's just creating tension. He's just creating tension. He brings in the elephant now. And he doesn't lose the Vil, but he's got 2 very weak ones over there. I don't know what that was, but hey, he managed to save the Vil. If that was DauT, he would have lost like 5 Vils. All right, so Liereyy trying to get the forward wall set up already. The evidence of his last lure is apparent here with the palisade walls. There's also an elephant over here he can grab too, which he's going to see with this water buffalo. That's very nice. If he keeps it going this way. There we go. And Lierey's getting loom. DauT is actually the first one up with no loom. With no loom. So he is going to have to be careful if Liereyy goes for a land approach. DauT will need to make sure to mix in loom there. Very, very important. Okay. Liereyy knows where the elephant is. Maybe he could pull that in at the moment. He doesn't really need food, though. He's going wood gold, and he's probably going to go for another dock. So Liereyy is going to focus on water. The last Stranded game they played, Liereyy absolutely dominated water. And I think he had like 20-something fishing chips, and he outfished the entire left side of the map. So we'll see if he can pull that off again. Looks like DauT is adding another dock. He's going to go water too. The Romans do have the extra... Is it extra Pierce armor on their galleys? I think so. that might help a little bit. Don't think it'll make much of a difference early. And Hera over here. Well, he's set up the mill, and I think he's going to go for land pressure right away. We'll see the timing on the barracks. He still hasn't made a second dock, so it's going to be tough for him to contribute on water. There's Hearttt, and Hearttt goes for galleys. Liereyy goes for galleys as well. What is Hera going to do? It's just going to be fast castle. Wow. Wow, look at the resources. Curious. I was very curious with the lack of dock and the lack of barracks, but it's just going to be a straight fast castle for Hera. The market comes up, the blacksmith's going to follow, and a straight fast castle for him. He will lose his fish quite quickly. So his eco is going to be a little bit strained. But if he can apply castle pressure early to Hearttt, Hearttt could be in big trouble. Mongols OP. Well, we'll see. Once his fish die, we'll see what he can actually do with this castle age. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. If he goes Steppe Lancers, maybe he could get something done. I don't know how many Steppe Lancers he's actually going to be able to make. You can see Liereyy over here getting advantage over DauT early. He's going to kill this galley. And they do have Pierce Armor, so they've got an additional +1 Pierce Armor. Which actually doesn't make a difference at all in the galley wars right now. Yep. Hera losing the fish. And Hearttt doesn't see any water presence from Hera. He saw the later uptime from Hera as well. Liereyy still wants the team wall. But like that's so far away. You saw all 3 signals there from him. It's so far away that they just can't do it. They're going to stonewall instead. Big old stonewalls there from Liereyy. Some recognition here from Hearttt that Hera's probably going FC and probably going land pressure, so he's walling up as well. And Liereyy is pushing back this way, and DauT is really struggling. Liereyy pushed DauT back super quickly. And DauT's going to lose his fish. This is not looking good at all for Team GL. DauT is sending res to Hera now. So that's the answer to how Hera's eco is going to sustain this castle age pressure. DauT is sending resources. And Hera is going to put those into probably Steppe Lancers. Here they come. Castle age timing for Hearttt is going to be pretty decent as he hunts down the remaining ships from DauT. Liereyy is probably going to add in a ton more fish. And he's going to try and get up to castle age as well. He definitely needs to finish the stone walls, and the stone walls could be great. Hearttt should take a page out of Liereyy's book and maybe go for stone walls of his own. Castle age is on the way for Hearttt. Stamp Lancers coming over. The villager is being chased by some Komodos. As she tries to make her way over here, probably for a forward siege workshop from Hera. There it is. Hearttt will go for the houses. Heartt's going to have a hell of a time against this, though. DauT is still sending res to Hera. What little resources he actually has. As he brings in this rhino. And Liereyy is just expanding his fish eco. Okay. Stone walls everywhere from Liereyy. Amazing. Oh, no. Liereyy! 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 That doesn't matter. It's just a solo Steppe Lancer, right? Surely. It won't matter. Surely. Nice walls there from Liereyy. That thing's got some armor. So the TC's not doing too much. And the villager goes down. And a very, very annoying Steppe Lancer has gotten into Liereyy's eco. He kind of needed that market. Now Liereyy's not even noticing. He's busy with this one. There's more Steppe Lancers in. How did they even get... Oh, there's a hole near the gold. Bamboozled again. He thought it was a tree. It wasn't. Merely cosmetic. And the Steppe Lancers are in. And Liereyy has finally managed to kill that one. But he is losing villagers over here as Hera is being very, very annoying. Fortunately for Hearttt, most of Hera's attention has gone onto that side as he tries to mix in camels to stop this. But the Step Lancers are in. The Step Lancers are in. Hearttt, hello. He's going to back off the gold. GG. I don't know, man. The eco is way ahead for Hera and Hearttt. Or not Hera and Hearttt. Hearttt and Liereyy. Castle Age is on the way for Liereyy. Still great pressure here from Hera. DauT is still slinging. And the fishing eco is insane for Liereyy as well. Plus, we still have the fish for Hearttt. A lot of camels as well for Hearttt, so Hera's got to be careful here. We've got 5 camels here. We got 2 camels behind. And let's see what the camels can do against the Mangonels and the Step Lancers. Step Lancers actually leave the Mangonels, and Hera is going to sacrifice all of these Mangonels here. He doesn't do any damage to the camels. He's just bringing a monk forward, so the pressure is gone from Heartt's base. He might be able to re-wall here. He's actually going for a tower instead. And Liereyy is still on the way to Castle Age. And Liereyy, in the grand scheme of things, hasn't really taken all that much damage. Some really good quick walls from him this game have saved a lot of his villagers over here. And over here as well. Not going to save that guy, but still, very solid effort here from Liereyy. Still 16 fishing ships from him as he goes now for the archer ranges. He might be going for cav archers, potentially. Gillnet's coming in. Second wood upgrade on the way. The camels are coming over. He did manage to re-wall here. The holes just cost Liereyy so much early as Hera comes in again and snipes 3 villagers from Hearttt because the camels went over here. Cav archers now on the way from Liereyy. Hera was 16 Step Lancers. Trying to add in some more eco. Trying to grab some relics as well. And still taking advantage of all this hunt around here. So great job from Hera to take that while he can. I think the plan might be for Hearttt to just try and hold against Hera on this side. And then Liereyy to attack DauT over here, potentially. I mean, DauT is wide open. Maybe you need to save Hearttt first. It is still quite a lot of pressure coming in from Hera over here. Doesn't feel great fighting up against Step Lancers with camels. Especially that number of Step Lancers. They can like 2-shot the camels from distance before you even engage. Very, very difficult if you're in Heartt's position. He goes for a monastery, he goes for another stable, and he goes for another market. Liereyy, 16 fishing ships, by the way. 16 fish. 10 fishing ships for Hearttt. So that's a huge eco advantage. Hera needs to do damage now. As DauT had a villager over here. Don't know what that was about, but hey. Ballistics on the way for Liereyy. Husbandry on the way for Liereyy. He's upgrading his cav archers. Hera knows that he's got to do damage soon. This does not scale well for them at all. DauT is losing 50% on all these resources he's sending to Hera. Cav archers still roaming over here. Hera can't really leave his monks alone. He can't leave his Step Lancers alone either. He's got to play buddy system here. Hera trying to convert some vills. Doesn't want to waste the full conversion on it. He's just charging up against the villain, then he's going to switch over to something else. So this will be an instant conversion if the camels come in. And the cav archers here from Liereyy are going to come in and take care of that Mangonel. Really solid stuff there from Liereyy. Villager gets converted. Camel's going to get converted as well. Liereyy taking care of the outpost, so Hera won't have vision on his units. And Liereyy also getting Thumb Ring. He's also redocking around on DauT's side, so his fish remain very efficient here. Did the same thing in the last stranded game we saw as the camels finally commit. And now they don't. Ballistics and Thumb Ring on the cav archers. Hera is surrounded. This might be a fight they just need to take, yeah. This is just a fight you take. And now Lierey's going to snipe the monks. Step Lancers are going to go down. He does take out a decent amount of camels. But without this big Step Lancer army and with the Cav Archer number getting higher and higher and higher for Liereyy and all the fishing eco, I don't really see a way forward for Hera and DauT here. Great defense from Liereyy and Hearttt. Really, really solid. An interesting strat as well from Hera and DauT. I don't know if that was the strat like going into this or if that was just an adaptive one based on the fact that DauT lost water so early. Nice. The double fake out into getting hit by the shot. Beautiful job from Liereyy there. But still, Lierey's eco should be insane. If we look at res collected, Liereyy should be really far in front here. Yeah. DauT is like 1k res behind. And he's only been eco. It was the strat, he said it on stream. Okay, so that was the strat coming in. Interesting. This is DauT's strat? They're trading strats back and forth? So this is DauT's strat. Okay. So DauT is gonna... Hera's gonna be saying, DauT, this strat doesn't work. And DauT's gonna be saying, well, you didn't do good enough. If I was the Mongols player, it would have worked. That's probably what DauT's gonna say. This is gonna be a painful experience here for Hera. I mean, he still has DauT's res coming in, so he doesn't really need villagers, but still, good raid from Liereyy. That forces all the army back. That allows Hearttt to make that second TC. And it allows Hearttt to take a good fight over here and clear a lot of these mangonels. Step Lancers are not in the number to combat camels anymore either, so that's a big clear up for Hearttt. And at some point, this pressure is going to come back across to DauT's base. Right now, it's all on Hera. But at some point, Liereyy is going to show up here, and DauT is going to start crying. You know that really high-pitched moan coming from him? It's going to be Hera calling the GG first. 2-2. Trading games back and forth. $27 minutes clean. Nice defense from Hearttt and Liereyy. I see the potential with this strat, and if either of these players hadn't been so good with their quick walls and their defense, Hera would have absolutely wiped most of their villagers. So there was definitely potential here. But I mean, if they survive into mid Castle Age, there's no way one guy with Step Lancers can take Chinese and Berbers. And if DauT could have sniped some fish, yeah, DauT could have sniped some fish as well, yeah. Yeah, DauT did nothing on the water. DauT folded like a wet tissue paper on the water. Liereyy got him so quick. When you say they were trading strats, does this mean they lost both games with DauT strat? Yeah, it looks like it's... It does look that way, doesn't it? So you're telling me the Forest Pond game with the forward towers and then the DauT castles, you're telling me that was DauT's strategy? I could see it. I could see it for sure. DauT always cooks the funniest strats. Tragically funny, yes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Valley of Kings is our next map. You start with a castle on this map. There's walls all the way around. We got 18 seconds before they're in, and it is regicide as well. So we will have more queens. Hera is playing Byzantines, DauT is playing Vietnamese, Liereyy is playing Koreans, and Hearttt is playing Bengalis. I think this is Skirm's. This is Skirm City. Or Kings, it's 50%. True, the map is called Valley of Kings, not Valley of Queens. That is true. Okay. And we start with Kings. We start with Kings. So Hera's playing Byzantines. DauT playing Vietnamese. I suspect this is just going to be skirms, but we do see DauT going to gold over here. That's a beautiful mining camp. Maybe just for loom. You don't start with enough gold for loom. And if you're playing a fast feudal skirm war, loom is very necessary. The last time I watched Hera on this map, he really got punished for not having loom. Wow, did both of their chickens spawn in the same spot? They did. They did. Wow. Do you know why DauT or why Hera immediately opened the walls there? Probably to scout with his king. I don't know. He could have garrisoned it in the castle, I guess. These units do attack your king, so Hera has to be careful over here. 63 HP on that guy. DauT has to be careful as well with this king. Feudal Age already on the way from Liereyy and Hearttt. Some very aggressive king behavior here. What's the score? Oh, crap. They reset my score again. At least it's an easy one to remember. Freaking capture age, dude. So if Liereyy can get to castle age, Koreans are going to be very nice with the war wagons right away. Very, very nice. But he's probably just going to play skirmisher immediately. DauT is coming forward now with 2 militia. So it's a 3 militia play from him. It's pretty rare to just see a drush nowadays. Usually it's fast up into men-at-arms. But the militia are going to come in on this side. Hera's going to have a feudal age scout in a minute from now. And DauT will be dark age for a little bit longer. So we'll see how much damage he can do. Loom is still not in for Hearttt, critically. He's going up to feudal age. Does not have loom, but he does manage to pull those away, and he does manage to wall these guys in. Should probably wall here too. The castle isn't quite in range of this stuff. Feudal Age is now in for Hearttt. Loom should be the next tech. He's still just making vills. He has not gotten loom. And to be fair, at the moment, he doesn't need it because of the good quick walls. But still, this is very risky here. Very, very risky to not have loom in this situation. Archer range now coming up from him. And Hearttt did get 2 extra villagers as Bengalis, so his eco should feel pretty good. Liereyy now running into some of the Gaia units. Unknown's Archer. Liereyy, put this thing away! Oh no! 41 HP on this guy. Bring it back to the castle, dude. Just put it away. Does Liereyy have loom? He does. So not much of a threat there. The king is going to get inside the castle. The scouting is now done with the kings. Although Hera still wandering around with this guy. And DauT is on the way to feudal age. DauT still has these militia alive too, so they could be upgraded to men-at-arms. He will lose his scout, unfortunately. And that's a good snipe there from Hearttt and Liereyy. And I don't know how much HP is going to be left on these these militia. So I don't know if DauT actually wants to go for that upgrade. Right now, his resources are looking pretty good. This could just be a Drush FC from DauT. This could be a Drush fast castle. We've got more skirms coming forward from Hera. As Hearttt tries to defend against these, he also has to defend over on the left side. Because Hera is pushing him very aggressively. Castle Age is on the way from Liereyy. 19 villager Castle Age for Liereyy. So Liereyy is going to get into those war wagons quite fast. How good his eco is going to be and how many he's going to be able to afford is a question. I don't know. It's going to be kind of difficult for him to be able to spam those to any degree. More skirmishers coming forward from Hera. 12 skirmishers now for him. We've got 7 skirmishers only from Hearttt. Castle Age still coming in. Lierey's still trying to save his scout. He's done a great job with that. The militia is still being annoying from DauT over on the gold as well. As we see Hearttt trying to wall this area. Very interesting wall here. He still has the scout alive, and he does kill the scout from Hera. So that scout for him is getting value, but Hera's got so many skirms. He's just getting belligerent, and he's just pushing in here. The scout now coming back from Liereyy to try and help out his ally. I know it's only skirms, but it's a lot of skirms, with fletching on the way too. So Hearttt could have some serious trouble here with only one range. He's forced to go for the tower. And that's a lot of skirms, man. That's a lot of skirms. Fletching's about to kick here. I don't know if that tower goes up. Hera right now is hard focused on the military. The militia are coming back over again. The tower should complete. Yeah, it should, but it's not a perfect situation for Hearttt. It's very awkward. Very, very awkward. He's forced to send more villagers forward to try and attack these. He's going to lose at least one on the wood line. There she goes. Once the tower is up, Hera needs to leave. And it turns out to be an okay defense in a really tricky situation for Hearttt over on this side. He does also have his king over here for whatever reason. Hopefully he realizes that and doesn't run into the Gaia units again. Here come the wagons from Liereyy. He's got 2, and he has a rocket cart. Rocket cart will be very difficult for these skirms to do anything about. The wagons will head immediately over to DauT's side, I think, as DauT gets to Castle Age 2. And Hera just with a lot of freaking skirms. However, the tower is doing good work. Hera snipes another villager here. 28 villagers for Hearttt, 29 villagers for Hera. And more villagers going down until this rocket cart gets here in support from Liereyy. The wagons are in, though. The wagons are over here on the gold from DauT. Liereyy still can't afford Bodkin Arrow. He's only got 3 wagons, but he is shutting down the gold supply from DauT right now. And DauT is forced to make another mining camp over here. There's still not that much gold. He would have had to make another one anyway. There's only 10 gold left there. Ooh, nice shot from Liereyy on the skirms from Hera. And that's some really good support over there for his ally. So Hearttt finally gets a moment to breathe here. Resources still not looking fantastic. Hera's still a ways away from clicking up to Castle Age himself. But he's making more skirms. And skirms right now in that number, enough to counter low numbers of war wagons. This is so stupid. Just give it up. There we go. And also enough to pressure Hearttt a little bit and keep Hearttt on his toes. So Hera's going to be perfectly fine on his side. He just got loom, so a very delayed loom for Hera. Look at those chickens. I can hear the chickens. They're constantly clucking, dude. Second town center was added for DauT behind this. Still a lot of idle TC time from Liereyy. 1.5 minutes of idle TC time, to be precise. Still no Bodkin Arrow for him. And the rocket cart goes down to skirms. Feels bad. Feels real bad. When does Hearttt click up? Still a ways away. Hera's kind of gearing up for the Castle Age as well. Still no Bodkin Arrow for Liereyy. It does matter. That range is really important. And Hera's sniping war wagons with feudal age skirmishers. That is just not a good look. War wagons are one of those super powerful Castle Age units, and you're losing them to feudal age army. Nice job from Hera to control those numbers. Eco count is pretty far ahead right now for GL. As Hera continues to try and take out this rocket cart. Lierey's going to lose another rocket cart against skirmishers. Or maybe not! Oh, big shot on the skirmishers. Hera suddenly has no military at all. And Liereyy is free to come forward again. Big shot from the rocket cart. 9 kills with that one shot. And he saves it. Actual game changer right there. University now coming up from DauT. Still a respectable mass of Rattan archers. 13 of them. With ballistics coming out soon, presumably. Castle Age now on the way for Hearttt. The question is, what does Hearttt do in Castle Age? Does he go Ratha? The skirms can counter that. And Hera will likely keep making skirms here. As Liereyy tries to take care of this Gaia army at the back. He's going to do so. And he's going to go out to the gold on the outside. This is why they were scouting with the kings earlier. As Hera runs his king into these units. Hearttt will just end up attacking this with villagers. And it's going to take a while. He lost a villager. Oh, God, dude. Oh, my God. So painful. Meanwhile, over here, the war wagons are coming in. They did snipe a villager from DauT with the rocket cart along. Hera now coming out with more skirms. Nice little attack round there from Liereyy. Gets some damage. But DauT now has ballistics for his Rattans. Another rocket cart comes out from Liereyy, and Lierey's eco is still not looking great. He does end up going for the CC out here, so he's going to start expending his eco a little bit. The question remains, though, like, what does Hearttt do? If it's just Ratha, I think you struggle a lot against the skirms. And I don't see any production from him. It's going to be a siege workshop. So maybe elephant rams could be good. He doesn't really have a great food eco, so that'll be tough for sure. It'll be mangonels instead. Hera's got to be careful here. He goes for the siege workshop to help out. He thought about a monastery there, but it's siege workshop instead. He actually makes one cataphract, and this cataphract is going to come over here and clear the Gaia units. It's still a decent mass of skirmishers for him, too. Eco count is 20 ahead for GL. And here comes DauT. Liereyy will have no solution to this army because his army is all the way over here. So Liereyy just needs to run with his villagers. DauT's going to snipe one. DauT's going to come over to this wood line, and Liereyy is going the wrong way. He wanted to go this way. He thought DauT would bring the Rattans over this way to chase the villagers. Instead, DauT is coming in from this side. And Liereyy is going to lose a ton of vills on this area. Huge, huge raid here from DauT. The question is, can he get out of here alive? Still no Bodkin arrow, by the way, for Liereyy. And now Hearttt calls the GG because how is he ever going to save these vills? Great play from DauT and Hera. Really good skirmisher pressure from Hera. And the militia actually added value as well from DauT. And then the good follow-up fast castle from him was brutal. But it basically, like, they lost the game because Hera was over here so early with the skirms. And Hearttt was just unable to retaliate. So GL takes another game. They continue the trend. Back and forth, back and forth. And it's actually DauT with the eco lead. Hera right behind. And the economy from Liereyy and Hearttt just not looking good at all. Not looking good at all. Okay, so another win on the board for GL. And I'm assuming that was Hera's strat. So they've won 3 times with Hera's strat and they've lost twice with DauT strats. Not looking good for DauT. It's DauT's turn now for a strategy. Vietnamese win and a Byzantines win, and I'll mark down the win for the Chinese and the win for the Berbers from the previous game. Okay, Win on Stranded, loss on or win on Valley of the Kings for Hera. And then we have Golden Lakes and Sumatra left over. Looks like they're going Golden Lakes. So we should have a Persian mirror matchup. And then the question is, what else do you go for? Do you go Persians and Japanese? That feels great, right? And then you can go Armenians and Gujaras, maybe? In the next map. And then for Liereyy and Hearttt, maybe Persians... Persians what? Persians... Saracens? And then Vikings Hindustanis on the next one? I don't know. Larry equals Liereyy? Yeah, Liereyy is the nickname for Liereyy. Which map? We're going on to Golden Lakes. So the civs for... I think the civs for Hera and DauT should be pretty straightforward, right? It should be Persian, Japanese. Japanese player goes archers and maybe contest water a little bit. Persians, you can go scouts, knights, and contest water at the same time. So Liereyy and Hearttt should pick Persians. It's just their secondary civ. It's not going to be Vikings. That'll be saved for Sumatra. And Hindustanis, Lithuanians aren't the greatest archer civilizations either. You could go Bohemians. Persians, Bohemians, maybe. But I think Persian Saracens is probably a good bet. Hello, I'm so late. Hello, Bombay. How are you? All right, so before we get into this game, I'm just going to run a few ads so we don't get them during the game. Sorry, non-sub people. Sorry, non-sub people. You get to watch whatever ads are popular nowadays. Allstate or something, I don't know. Red Bull? Red Bull are the popular ads? I haven't watched an ad in a long time on Twitch. I don't know what ads are being shown nowadays. I'm always seeing gaming gear ads. Yeah, if I watch Prime Video, I get this freaking gaming laptop ad all the time. And I've had a gaming laptop before, and it just did not perform. It just overheated. That was the laptop where I needed to use the frozen French fries on. That was my frozen French fry laptop to increase performance.
DauT dance.
Yo, Smoking Lime, thank you for the 10 months. 10 months of ad-free experience for Smoking Lime. Let's go, dude. There's absolutely no reason to get a gaming laptop. Well, if you want to, if you're traveling a lot, maybe, I don't know. But if you're just going to keep it at home, yeah, there's no point.
Fuck you all. Your lives
Fueled
are
by
so
Kyle,
sad, I
thank you
get
for the
a charity
15
tax
months,
break
man.
just for hanging out with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Golden Lakes, Persian Saracens against Persians Japanese. I called it. And they had to restart twice. Double restart. Okay, so we continue to wait. My friend is a gaming laptop. He comes with a gaming laptop plus mouse plus keyboard plus monitor. So it's almost the same as if he had a regular computer. Most iconic baseline of all time? No. Smoke on the Water has to be the most iconic. Smoke on the Water is not bass? Oh, I guess it isn't. I guess it isn't. You're right. You're right.
Should have heard your mom last night. She sounded like my great aunt when I pull a surprise visit. She was like, oh!
Neither is Seven Nation Army. It's a guitar with an effect? Really? Hmm. Tilted Skirm, thank you for the 31, dude. All right, looks like this one worked out. Or not. Did they go back again? Maybe I have to restart my game. Satisfaction? Yeah, Satisfaction. The Stones have some pretty gnarly bass lines. Very iconic bass lines. Satisfaction's probably the most iconic. Can you stream a little earlier? It's pretty early for me, buddy. I have learned my lesson and will strive to do better. Okay, Axel. Good.
Fuck you all.
Okay,
Your
20
lives are
seconds
so
left.
sad I get a charity tax
Jared,
break.
yo, thank you for the 21 months, dude. Welcome back.
Happy Buses Saturday.
Is it true that GL is switching up strats between Hera and DauT? That's what I've heard. That's what chat's telling me. I don't know whether to believe that or not. All right. Okay, I got the score all fixed. So, Persian Saracens against Persians Japanese. And this should be Archer Scout versus Archer Scout with a little bit of a mix-up on the side pawns. Good Cat, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. Thank you so much. Good Cat, a very good cat indeed. Let's go. Now 5 more people are ad-free. Yo, you got Tantron in there? I've met Tantron. He's a good dude. He's a great dude. Beautiful southern accent on that guy. Let's go. Victor, thank you for the bits as well. Tantron is a good gifter, for sure. All right, so Liereyy is coming back to dock this pawn, and Hearttt is actually going forward. So Hearttt knows that DauT is here. DauT does not know that Hearttt is over here, and I think Hearttt is slightly ahead in the scout attack
Your mom groped me
war.
2 Halloweens ago. Shut the
Actually,
fuck up or I'll
both
take you
18
to
HP.
Twitter.
Hera wins all his strats. Hera, you didn't do the strat good enough 11.
So this is advantage Hearttt over here because he knows that the dock is there. And DauT cannot confirm that the dock is over there. Hera is going for the safe dock back here. Liereyy is going to scout this a little bit. And let's see if DauT has spotted this. DauT has not spotted this. He's going over now, though. Good information for him if he finds this, which he is going to. So he knows he's going to be up for the water contest. Got to try and get up to feudal age quickly. And then you have to try and make your way into scouts as well. He does have a pretty good base to wall, though. The golds and stone is forward, but very, very easy to lock this down. And then you focus most of your effort on defending this side. If we look at Heartt's base, same sort of deal. A little bit more effort to lock down the sides, for sure. And then Liereyy and Hera should have safe fish. So they should just be Archer v Archer over on this side. I think they will go for each other too. I can't see them going all the way across to the scout player. Maybe. Maybe that's the play. I'm not sure. Much faster feudal age though. For Heartt coming in. So he's going to have about a 15-second advantage. Actually, no. But a 10-second advantage over DauT. It's not that bad. As DauT goes out to the gold. Hera finding a couple pigs from Liereyy. That could be annoying. As Liereyy is almost completely out of food under his TC, so that could actually be huge. And Liereyy is coming out this way. He's trying to complete the wall. Maybe he wants the wall to the water. Maybe he just wants the wall from here. He's got quite a bit of work to do over on that side. Double dock now from both Heartt and DauT, and they're Persian docks, so they're going to be around for a very long time. This contest will be ongoing for quite a while. Very, very difficult to clear up the Persian docks. Hera is now signaling here. He's saying, nobody's here. He must have docked over on this side. Now, I don't know if there's much they can do with that information. But it's good to share that nonetheless. As Heartt actually takes out the scout from DauT. Very, very nice. Heartt will go for 2 fire galleys right away. DauT also going for 2 fire galleys. Hera's going to go for the barracks here. Archer range will be a little bit late considering he's already in feudal age and the barracks isn't complete. But Liereyy is behind on the uptime, so it should balance out at the end. Those pesky Persian asbestos docks. Yo, Gilded Cavalier, thank you for the 11 months. Do you think these docks have asbestos in them? Maybe it's the good asbestos, not the bad asbestos. It's asbestos after all, it's not as worstos. Alright, second range now for Hera. It's only one range thus far for Liereyy. I wonder if he goes for the market first or the second range. I think second range. Yeah, there it is. And then you got to mix in the market. You can help wall with that. It's cheaper. Sell your stone right away and get more archer production out as quickly as you can. 3 docks against 2. Just to protect 3 fishing ships and 2 fishing ships over here. And this battle will be going on for a while. Demo trying to come in here. We got a demo from behind from DauT. Boom! They trade off against each other. That's just a straight 1-for-1. And DauT is trying to save this ship. He's not going to be able to. Can't even repair this for some reason. As Heartt is pretty convincingly winning the water over here. So DauT off to a rough start on this side. I don't think he's even killed a ship from Heartt yet. Not a single ship has gone down. Yeah, KD 5-0 for Heartt. Not great at all for DauT. His fish are going to go down too. And Heartt, well, I guess the question is kind of like, at what point do you start adding in fish against Persian docks? You don't want to stop the production of Navy, because you could easily lose the water again. DauT now looking to snipe fishing ships with this demo. He's only going to get 1. But at the same time, you want to kind of take advantage of the fact that you have won the water. He's going to start adding in fish now. It's got quite a few fire galleys here, but it's up against Persians. It's going to take a long time for these docks to go down. And if there's one flag on each dock, you have no idea how many ships could be in there. 8 fishing ships now for Hera behind this with Japanese. And we only have 5 with a 6th one on the way from Liereyy. So the eco from Hera should be better than Lierey's. But Liereyy taking out the archer numbers from Hera. Much better engagement early for Liereyy. And he's even chasing the scout away, and he does not manage to get that scout, unfortunately. But he does have better archer numbers than Hera currently. And he's got the market as well, so Liereyy actually could be up to castle age significantly faster than Hera. Wins on both sides. We have Hearttt doing great work over here on the water and getting the advantage. And then Liereyy doing great work on the land. And Liereyy actually might go over to DauT. And you can see Hera signaling this. Like, Heartt's got the scout over here, so he realizes DauT has a bunch of exposed vills. And Hera lost track of the army from Liereyy there for a bit. So he's telling DauT, listen, you got to secure this, buddy. Like, you got to go for a tower or something. DauT's not doing anything yet. DauT needs... DauT, you need a tower, brother. Hera's probably telling him, too, like, I have no idea where those archers are. And DauT is still not going for a tower. Oh, boy. Oh, God. He's got so much navy queued in here. He might be able to take back the water, but the archers are coming in. And the berries are there. The farm is there. The gold is there. DauT is still not making a tower. This is about 3 minutes after Hera X'd this area and told DauT this would be a concern. And now DauT's like, surprise Pikachu face. Oh, wait, the archers are here. However, could that be as he loses 2 villagers? Hera's now on the way to castle age. DauT is about to pop out with all of these ships. The demo is on the wrong side of the fight here. And I think he's very distracted by Lierey's forward army. He still gets a good engagement, and he still is going to take back water on this side potentially. Although we do have demos coming out from Hearttt, and Hearttt hasn't lost any fish yet. Meanwhile, Hera coming back across this way with the archers. Lierey's still looking for damage here against DauT. He still has a gold that he can take over on the side. And Hearttt is about to click up to castle age as well. Some fishing ships for him go down, but a good demo. And still doing good work over here on the water. As the archers come in and snipe 1, 2, 3. He knows DauT is distracted on the water. Lierey's literally under his TC. Oh, God. Disaster for DauT. Absolute disaster for DauT. So many villagers dying. Hera is in a really tough position, right? He knows he needs to do damage. But now he's going to see that Liereyy is in castle age around the same time as him. And there's walls that he needs to get through to get into Lierey's base. DauT has won the water, but at what cost? At what cost? Liereyy is still in his base. About to have crossbows as well. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And Hearttt is already on the way to castle age with 44 vills. So Hearttt has 11 more villagers. Hera is absolutely going to have to carry this game against Liereyy, who now has the crossbows back in his base on a hill. So where on earth does Hera do damage? I don't know. Hera's also out of fish over here. This is brutal. This is really brutal for him. Bad time to run out of fish for sure. Liereyy is still circling DauT's base. And these crossbows can come back and start harassing the woodline from Hera too. Or the gold from Hera at the front side. Liereyy only has 2 ranges. Hera's got 3. And Hera is getting ballistics right now. However, Liereyy will be slightly faster to that. DauT. Well, I think it's about time that DauT starts slinging Hera. Because He is nowhere near Castle H as he sees Hearttt get up to Castle H now. And this is, I mean, this is just DauT's fault. Honestly, I know a lot of DauT fans out there are going to say that Hera's guy went over to his base and attacked him, but like Hera warned him. He said this area is a problem, and DauT did nothing about this area. He is slinging, yeah. He's sending what little res he has. DauT cannot be blamed. Ah, I see. Nice dock over here from Hera as well to try and take advantage of the fish. Thumbring coming in for Liereyy. He's sending the crossbows back across, maybe to DauT's base. With Saracen crossbows, could do a lot of damage here. We have a siege workshop going up from Hearttt. 48 villagers for him, 41 villagers for DauT. And Hearttt has cleared the water, so Hearttt can start making some more fish, but DauT still has a little demo here. As Hera is now going up to Imp. Hera is going up to Imp on the back of these Japanese fishing ships and the sling from DauT. Hera is going to try and make something happen with Imp techs. He needs to keep this army alive, though. This is going to be very difficult. Constant dancing here from both. Right now, Lierey's winning this fight. Even uphill. And now he's sniping some of the villagers because he can't hit the crossbows. Nice micro here from Hera. Nice micro here from Liereyy. They are grinding this out right now. And Hera is sniping all the crossbows in the back. Wow. Hera hasn't lost too many units in this fight. But now it's Lierey's turn to snipe a few. Hera really needs to hold on to this army, and he's coming in from behind with another army. If he can retain his numbers and get to Imperial Age with the upgrades, maybe he could pull this one back. And Hera manages to clear up that entire army from Liereyy. Beautiful job there from him. Hearttt begins to expand his eco now a little bit. He's still got the fish over here as Hera goes for double siege workshop forward. So it's what? Japanese don't get bombard cannons. It's capped ram push. They don't get siege ram. They don't get bombard cannon. I think it's just a capped ram push with Arbalest behind from the Japanese. He's going to have to make him a little bit further back. He can still control the gold in the middle. Remember, the gold in the middle, this is the majority of the gold on the map. Hearttt doesn't have that much left over. Liereyy certainly doesn't have that much left over. He does have the Saracen market, so he can sell the stone that he mines, potentially. As DauT continues to lose more vills over here. 45 villagers for him. Hearttt just trying to get as much damage as possible done against DauT. It's kind of a weird situation here. Liereyy, even with the Saracen market, is going to struggle to buy his way up to Imp. Hera's still got a very good setup. DauT is just sending res. And if you're Hearttt, you can't really decide whether you want to just ignore this from Hera and try and boom up your eco and come back later. Or if you want to make units right now to support Liereyy. Because it's going to be tough. Hera's got 40 Arbalests. Rams are coming out now. Lierey's going to be in big trouble here. And I don't think slinging Liereyy is really the answer either. This is a nice fight from Liereyy to just try and clear up as many Arbalests as possible. He's left one group behind, though. It's all about holding on as long as possible. If Hera can control this middle area, he can definitely win this game. It was good from DauT to transition into the sling after he got cooked on the water early. But still, it's basically a 2v1 at the moment, and this is a good clear up for Liereyy. This is a really solid clear up for Liereyy. Castle Age units against Imperial Age. It's very, very nice to find that fight. 26 Arbalests now for Hera. The dance continues, man. Lierey's just like, come on, bro. You got other things to worry about. Probably very frustrating there for Liereyy to see Hera micro that much. The Rams are still pushing in. And Lierey's got to fight that. Hera's got to have Arbalest nearby to help out against it. Love to see the Ram push in Imperial Age from Hera. We have more crossbows over here from Liereyy as well. So he's going to potentially threaten the wood line and kill some reinforcements from Hera. But the Arbalests are here now. And Capped Ram is coming in. Lierey's going to die soon. Heartt's getting the +2 armor. Heartt's going to have to come in and try and help however he can. He's actually going for a 3rd TC now. He does have 4 stables. So if Liereyy can continue to just clear up the occasional Arbalest here from Hera and keep these numbers at a respectful amount, then maybe Hearttt can swoop in and get some good damage and clear up this army, potentially. Right now, the Capped Rams are putting in work, though. Archer range is potentially going down. Barracks going down. Lierey's just trying to clear as many of these as possible. He got 4 more. Liereyy is fighting for his life right now as the +2 knights are coming in. Still some crossbows alive for Liereyy. Hera should be able to clear up these knights, but the GG is called from Liereyy. They can't do anything against this, and it's Hera and DauT taking this game. A very early GG, I think. But Liereyy, I mean, Liereyy was basically dead. Hera was just about to wipe this entire base from him. And Hera, with the sling from DauT, manages to 1v2 on this side. Although, to be fair, Hearttt was very busy with DauT early, so Hearttt really wasn't a factor. The extra resources, Hera got up to Imp early, and he managed to win the fight against Liereyy. Out of gold, true. And out of stone as well, so he can't really sell the stone for gold anymore. And they can't really get to the middle either. But still, great play from GLA. They will go through to the finals. We still don't know who they're facing. It could be either Lix and Yo or Slam and ACCM. Either way, it's going to be a great final. We will have the second semifinal coming up soon. Really, really solid set here. Really saw the sling come into play as well. I don't mind it. A lot of people hate it, but I don't mind it at all. It provides an avenue back, right? If one player loses their 1v1 so heavily, provides a way back into the game, as we just saw here.